All right, now, all those public service announcements are out of the way. Let's move on into, does everybody know what Fired Up to Vote is?
Yes.
Fired Up to Vote. Next week, next month, we'll have them in, and we'll be with a special presentation at BIZPAC. So bring your friends. It's an important time to get organized going into primaries, and this will be a practice for another session where we can elect real Republicans to get rid of some rhinos. Because y'all found out we got a few rhinos from the Texas House? All right. Let's talk about BIZPAC real quick. If you're new to BIZPAC, if you're not a member of BIZPAC, please raise your hand so at least I know who I'm talking to. Okay, welcome. BIZPAC is an association of business owners and executives. We try to have an organization that's built of business owners and executives. One-person practitioner, professional, different credentials, professional credentials, all the way up to thousands of employees. You never know who you're going to meet around BIZPAC. I'm always impressed with the different types of businesses and business owners and people that say they're retired that work harder than anybody I know that works a job. Like that guy, right? His wife just tagged him. So thank you for being here. What we do at BIZPAC is we have friendship, we have business referrals. We're trying to organize that better so that it's more of a mechanized process to help you have more good, solid business referrals out of people you can count on, people you can trust. We set a legislative agenda, meaning you and your business, if you know anything about politics, you know that they can put you out of business in one vote, or they can make it so onerous you don't want to be in that business anymore. So the small businessman was getting hammered, still is. Who pays all the property tax? If you don't pay property tax, raise your hand. You see what I'm saying? $83 billion every 2 years in tax revenues come from homeowners, small business owners. Big corps don't pay it. Do you know that? They don't pay it. They pay almost none. They file for a Chapter 311 or a Chapter 403 or some of the others with their county or their school board, and they get property tax abatement. Now, here's one other thing to help you with digestion. When you go to the store and you check out at H-E-B, Target, Costco, Neiman Marcus, wherever you go, you get to that register and you get your total, and then they put 8.25% sales tax on there. And you grunt, yeah, but I live in a pretty good city. I live in a pretty good state, right? How much of that 8.25% do they turn over to the Texas State Comptroller? 1%. All corporate-owned major retailers negotiate down to a penny or 2 pennies. Texas Comptroller calls it a sales tax settlement. We found this out and started trying to get him to give us an audit, and he got awful quiet. We got a court order. He said, I'd love to comply with that, but that would cost $65,000. Right? We got a court order. I can't do it. I don't have enough money in the budget. You'll have to go back to the legislature and get them to give me some more of your property tax money so I can show you how much I'm letting corporate America not turn over of your sales tax. You think I'm kidding? This is real. This is live action. This is really the truth and really happening. So who's paying all the taxes? Let's get back to that. You are. You're paying all the taxes. Corporate is not. Now, do you think that we need to have an incentive in Texas to get businesses to move here?
Yes.
Fantastic economy, incredible workforce, almost no unions, low cost of living, a huge workforce, largest port in the United States, biggest medical system in the United States, the best one, Texas Med Center, right? We've got all the natural resources. Great highway system, incredible rail system. I could go on and on. Do we really need incentives to trick businesses to move here or expand here? Well, you make up your own mind. I'm just throwing out a few things to think about. Okay. All right. Now that we've all made friends, this is what we do at BIZPAC. We go sit down with our legislators. We tell them what we want and what we don't want. They open the door to us because we're business owners. Sometimes it's the first time they've ever had a group of business owners come in their office and tell them what they want and don't want in a bill, or hand them a bill and say, this is what we want. That's what we do at BIZPAC. All right. Okay. I have some news for you. This is our last meeting at Grotto. I like Grotto. It's been great. It's too small for us. We are very fortunate to have a member that was sweet enough or foolish enough to let us come over to her country club. Thank you, Liz Rotan. We appreciate you very much. Thank you. All right. So a few more things about what we do over here. Briefings, think tanks, and conferences. A lot of you know that I did run for office during that time. We didn't have any of those conferences during that one-year cycle. But prior to that, we had some pretty good ones, and we're going to have some more. And I think we'll do it in a nice place, too. A few more things about us. Let's see. At BIZPAC today. Let's see. Yeah, at BIZPAC today, you're going to get a quick peek at the legislature and a forecast based on our history in the legislature and what's going on right now. You're going to hear about Pitch Room. Pitch Room launched. Does everybody know what Pitch Room is? Pitch Room is where companies that are emerging startup companies, or they're trying to go to the next level in their business, and they need funding, they need mentorship, they need angel investment, they can come in. We've got an accelerator there with a great process behind it. We're going to give you kind of our news report based on lots of people. You'll start to see their names on the screen as we go. Tell you a little more about the Founders Club. The Founders Club is really setting the pace for BIZPAC going forward and makes it more of an organization that can stand on its own even when I'm not around, if I ever get elected or if they lock me up. Okay. And you'll hear more about Russ here. So let's talk about Pitch Room real quick. We've got 4 companies from Pitch Room. Why don't y'all join me? Each Dustin, David, who else? Michael, and Sydney. Come on up here. Come on up here. These are the entrepreneurs that presented at Pitch Room. I'm going to take them one at a time real quick. They presented over at Pitch Room on the 30th. Yes. Okay, so what we did is there's a very successful Houston businessman, 34 years in the land development business, and we recognized him as an entrepreneur. He has an affinity, he has an affinity for BIZPAC and what we're doing, but like a lot of successful business people, they can't make a lot of meetings, but they love the briefings. So we made it easy for him. We came to his office, right? All right, and so each of these 4 companies presented, and so I'm going to take them one at a time and just kind of tell me where you're at on it. We've got about 1 minute per company, and this is how you do it: 1 minute per company. Okay, my company is BIZPAC. What we do is we make companies grow. Where we're at is, we're getting a term sheet together, right? Or we're talking to our investors that we met, or something like that. All right, so you want to head off, Michael?
Sure. Hello, everyone.
Right up close, real close.
Hello, everyone. Can you hear me all right?
Now we can.
Okay, my name is Michael, and my wife Evangeline and I, we own Chocolate Hills Chocolates. We have several farms in the Philippines where we grow cacao and coffee, bring it in here, and we make specialty chocolates and coffees. They're very high end, they're high value, they're really nutritious, and they taste fantastic.
Where are you at now?
What we're doing right now is we're growing our company. We are looking for investment to increase our equipment so we can grow our capacity and just continue building our name.
Do you have a term sheet?
We have a term sheet. I'd be happy to talk to you guys about it.
There you go. Pass the mic. Thank you. And look, if you have not tried their chocolate, you've made a mistake. You need to try their chocolate. It's fantastic. Okay.
Hi, I'm Sydney. I'm the founder of Center Safety. I got to meet some of you 2 weeks ago at the reception. But my company created a 3-in-1 stun gun, flashlight, and pepper spray product, a very unique product. It's one of the first of its kind for long and short distance, less lethal defense. But right now, my company is currently selling. We actually got our first retail partnership on board, so we're in the process of getting more of those. 2 weeks ago, I got to meet some great members at BIZPAC, and we're actually talking about terms at the moment. So if anyone's interested and wants to come talk to me after lunch, please feel free to do so.
So you've got a term sheet.
Yes.
You've got angel investors knocking on your door.
Yes.
And you've only presented twice.
Yes, once about a year ago, and then once today.
That's a success story. All right. Okay. Go right ahead. Hold it right close to your mouth.
Hey, my name is Dustin Shervinka, and I'm the co-founder of Buffalo Capital. And we got introduced to BIZPAC, I guess, through Kim and the pitch room. My wife, Christina, who's also the co-founder. What we do is we do multifamily investments. We've got a Reg B 506C. It's a $25 million fundraise. Right now, we currently have a deal. It's out in West Texas. It's about 200 units. It was built, close to about 3 years ago. The current owner, he was a first-time, sorry, I'm starting to lose my voice. He's a first-time builder of the apartments. There's a lot of things that
Not too much detail. Where are you on your raise? We're raising 25 million. We've got $1 million, or we've got a promise for it. We're talking to investors. That's what they're hearing.
Yeah, right now we've got about 250,000.
Okay.
We've raised.
Okay.
So I mean, we've got a long ways to go. We're looking to put 3 properties into the deal.
Good deal.
Yeah, thanks, Joe.
They have a very clean deal, very well structured. He and his wife are a great team. If you invest in real estate, you really ought to take a look at what they're doing.
Oh, by the way, we've got 20 years of experience. We've worked for all the major REITs, like in the United States and for Wall Street.
Great track record. Thank you.
Hello, I'm David Moss. Our business co-founder and CEO is My True Bond. It's a matchmaking service, but it's in person. And so we match you with your personalities and everything in person. We have relationship games. And part of that is going to, as you become a couple, we'll have a couple events as well. Because like I said, you got to keep your fire alive, right? You know, you got to keep dating your significant other. So that's where we are right now. We did a pitch room. And so we have our term sheet that we're wrapping up this week. And then definitely come talk to us about investing. We want to grow it here locally and then do franchises throughout the U.S.
Let me dovetail on so that you, as business owners and entrepreneurs yourself, they are really in the customer retention business. Restaurants, destination resorts, that type of thing. That's the real money that they're really into. Customer loyalty business, that's really what they're doing. The layer that they have on top of it that's very unique with the matching for a true lasting relationship, not just a quick hit dating service or something. That's a unique way to do it. And those people have that kind of longer term network group, mentality. So think of it in that vector, because it's not just a dating service at all when you really look at where the legs are on it.
And we do background criminal checks, identity checks,
Yeah.
all that good stuff. So safety is very important.
Joe's a member, right?
So he helps us.
Don't.
Joe is his own interest.
He doesn't want to mess up his pool like that. Thank you guys very much. Thank y'all. Thank you. You ought to get your stunner out so we can show them real quick. So, okay, so you'll get to see the pitch room deals again in about 2 weeks or 3 weeks. We've got another reception event. And here, Sydney's going to show you. Hold it up in the air where people can see it. If you want to see this device, is that one live?
Well, yeah, it's my personal one.
This is her personal carry personal. Yeah, so stay over there.
It has safeties for both the pepper spray and
Uh-huh.
the stun gun, but yeah, it's very
Okay.
you put your hand through it. It's much harder to grab out of your hand, as you know, women sometimes experience that in self-defense situations. So it's a great, less lethal device for when you want to carry one.
If you want to see that, take a look at it. Take a look at it. We've got another friend in the audience. Just grab her here at the end of the show, but don't scare her. Okay.
I'll be okay. I'll be okay.
We have another friend in the room that's a BIZPAC member that has a very unique offering, and I don't think I have a slide for it. Natalie Annette, the designer. Hold your hand up, Natalie. Okay. Women really ought to take a look at what she's got. She's got a set of high-end fashion scarves that are pro America Golden Age, Trump 47, everything that's happening right now. Very stylish. She has samples with her for you to take a look at. So be sure you take a look at that later today. Okay, where are we at on time? I'm running out. Okay. Newscast. Harris County Ethics. We know this is where they got their ethics in Harris County. Right? Anybody recognize that? No sense of humor about it? Okay. So let me recommend a few things to you. Who is not on Twitter, on the X.com platform? Who here is not on that platform? You guys are, okay, everyone get on it. You will get your news faster. I get my news briefings right out of the White House before they come out on the news. Think about what I'm saying. This is the first time in history a president is directly talking to every single constituent all day long. No filter. Now there is no filter on that guy, right? Yeah. I love that there's no filter. I want it raw like that.
It's the CLC 2020.
Yeah, I'm gonna talk about her. There's a young lady that's a researcher. I've known her a long time. She has been blasting Harris County corruption with in-depth research. She's dug out documents. She's gotten people that work in the county to give her documents for her to release them. Do you understand how incredible this is?
Yes.
This is how we're going to catch these rascals. We have the most corrupt, well-oiled, greased corruption machine of any county in Texas. It's massive. It's in the billions and billions. And it's at every level. There's 4 open criminal investigations right now. 40. I mean, there's 40 open criminal investigations right now. Those are just the ones I know about. The news doesn't even report them. The news does not report the open criminal investigations into people into our county right now. Right? Why do they not? What did we just find out this week? Why doesn't the news report?
The media's paid.
USAID has been paying the megacorps for at least a decade or more, it could be 30 or 40 years, and they squash everything. So you don't know what's going on in your own county. See, it used to be the news in Houston, do y'all remember back in the day? They were privately owned.
Yeah.
They weren't megacorps. They were individually owned. And then consolidation started, and the payoffs started, and investigative journalism disappeared. And we get this gobbledygook that doesn't tell you anything. So I want to recommend, if you're on the X.com platform, there's a young lady, CLC 2020. Follow her daily. She dumps 5, 10, 15, 20 different sets of documents. Caroline Kane and I trade information with her all the time. And she'll make it to one of our luncheons. She may or may not want to be identified, for her own safety, I'm sure. But because she is laying the truth out there about the corruption in the county. Okay, prediction for the 89th legislature. We've been up in the Texas Legislature now for 10 years. If you're not aware, what we have going on in the Texas House is A small group of rhinos, Republican in name only, have aligned themselves with the Democrats. They're doing almost nothing. They're doing almost nothing. And they're going to hold the Texas Senate, which has 20 Republicans and 11 Democrats. They're going to hold the Senate hostage. So no matter what good bills the Senate passes, the House won't give companion legislation. So don't expect a lot of good things coming out. There you go. There's the guy leading it. And there's at least 3 people that were involved in a three-way sex thing on that screen that are elected to office. Do you know who Representative Brian Harrison is? Brian Harrison has been a guest at BIZPAC. We're in and out of his office every time we're at the Capitol. He's a great American. He was in Trump's staff and Health and Human Services Deputy Director in Trump 45 regime. He now is a state rep from the Waxahachie area. He is calling them out daily, and it's making it online. He's got a great following. Follow Brian E. Harrison. Brian E. Harrison. Okay. We're in every time we're at the Capitol, we're in his office doing one thing or another. There's a young man here in this picture to the right with the glasses. He's a former military man. There was a state rep that was head of the Health and Human Services Committee in the House, and she kept blocking anything that would squash opioids. We got an opioid epidemic. People are allergic to opioids. They don't have any painkillers that are healthy for them. We helped get this man elected, David Lowe right there, U.S. service veteran. Let's see. There's another one from Harrison's telling you. This is as of this morning. 31 days in, no committees formed, no bills referred, number of hearings 0, number of bills 0. Number of Beyonce resolutions passed.
What is that?
Your Texas House, under Burrows and his rhinos and Democrats, wasted everybody's time for 45 minutes. It's the only session they had yesterday. And called them in, and all the Democrats and the rhinos voted to recognize Beyonce. They're your reps. Yeah. Yeah. But they went ahead and took and then they voted to take a 4-day long weekend and recessed. Now, Senator Joan Huffman, she's fairly conservative. Some people say she's not conservative enough for them. She's got a decent bill out there called SB 40. And I'm telling you, what's great is that bill will go through the Texas Senate. It's a Senate Bill 40. And the House will have to have companion legislation, and nothing will happen. The Democrats are not going to let it happen. And they're in control of our House, even though we have a majority of people with R by their name. Senator Mays Middleton, we've had him at BIZPAC. He's a friend. His door's always open to us. There's a gentleman named Tom Slocum that's a member that may be running for U.S. Congress against Dan Crenshaw in the primary. Okay? Yeah. And so Tom is a pretty outspoken guy. You think I'm outspoken. Tom is pretty outspoken. And Tom is calling the Texas Senate to the carpet on this ridiculousness of staying on property tax. In a healthy economy, taxes in commerce, export, that's where taxes belong. We give away $281 billion in corporate welfare every 2 years. Property tax is only $83 billion every 2 years. Do you think there's some room there? Do you know these numbers? Does anybody publish these numbers for you? Join BIZPAC. You'll get this kind of information all the time, so you'll know what's going on. Let's see. We've got a few more. What's this? Oh, yeah. Yeah, this one's kind of exciting. If you're a BIZPAC a Founders Club member, Our BIZPAC Founders Club has been invited down to SpaceX to see the next big monster rocket launch. Elon is about to have a city. He's approved. He's in the approval track now to have the city called what's it called? Star City down there where he launches down there by Brownsville. Elon's getting his own city down there. Let's see. The one on the right, I'm just recommending you follow Elon, follow Doge News, Department of Government Efficiency. That's their official site. Elon's tweeting about that. We're about to shut down this fake department and 38 people are gone. Yes, sir.
Did you notice that the head of the Government Accountability Office testified yesterday, and
He's blind.
you can't make this up.
Yes.
He is blind.
Yeah, the head of the Democrats have a blind person that is the head of Department of Government Efficiency. God bless him, you know, but
Very telling.
it's poetic. It's poetic.
Yeah.
All right, let's see, what do we have here? So this is what you can do at the Capitol. Okay, I just told you what the forecast was for the Capitol, Texas Capitol. It's going to be stalemate and fighting and trade-off, and any bill that does get passed will be completely watered down. It'll come with a pound of flesh, anything on the Republican agenda. What you can do is you can take a lot of pictures, go hang out with a few people, get in to see people twiddling their thumbs, and you can also go hug this man's fiance if you go to Steve Toth's office, Representative Toth. Y'all know Sage? The Sage? That's his fiance Lily Kate up there. But we had a great time. We had a great time up there at the Capitol on a history tour because there was no business that we could really get done. And the reps know it. The Senate knows it. You know, they told us gridlock. Here's some fun stuff. Yeah, if you don't know what's going on, you know, with the Trump agenda and the Trump regime going into place, getting in place, the Dems are going to just keep blowing up with drama every day, squealing, because their money's getting cut off, right? Their legs are getting cut off. Yeah. The EPA administrator found $20 billion. He just found $20 billion. And to make nice, he turned it over. Right? So they're starting to catch on, right? If I've been sneaking and pigeonholing, if I make nice, maybe they won't prosecute. See, they're starting to figure it out. All right, favorite picture from inauguration day. We haven't met since inauguration, so if you're new to BIZPAC, but we're having a little Kumbaya Love Fest right now. We were real excited about that. So, we've got some friends that have been approved, right? Tom Homan is now in charge of ICE. He's approved, right? Christie is now Department of Homeland Security. Tulsi, we don't know, I don't know Tulsi, we may have other members that know her. Tulsi just got approved yesterday. I think RFK Jr. is probably going to get approved. It happened today? Thank you. Oh, man, what a blessing. What a blessing. All right. Okay, Founders Club. Let me tell you about Founders Club. At BIZPAC, we have regular membership. And you're welcome to come to all of our meetings, and that Founders Club is a little different. This is the group that will run BIZPAC if I'm unavailable. This is the group that will set the pace. And we've got a few Founders Club members. I want to go ahead and recognize them right now. Warren Howell, he's not here today. He's running for county judge, was our first Founders Club member. Dr. Forrest Hotze, we're going to recognize him at our first meeting over at the Houston Country Club. And then, of course, I'm a member there. And Carol McFadden, a lot of you guys don't know Carol. Carol is a very intelligent, tough, ballsy woman, okay? And she's not scared of anything or anyone, you know? Pound for pound, she may be the toughest dog in the room. And she has had enough corruption, and she's wanting to go scorched earth on outing this in Harris County. She was in there when the ballots were being counted. She's the one they kept throwing out, and Cindy Siegel would have to get her put back in because she was trying to track the corruption, and they knew she had them, and so they would throw her out, and she'd come back in and start tracking again. Wonderful, wonderful gal. Can't wait for you to meet her. All right, so we're gonna move on. I'm gonna give you a test on the Magna Carta here in a minute.
She's here. No.
No, McFadden's not here. No, McFadden's at her house in Michigan trying to get it ready for sale, and then she's got a little something. She told me she'd be here in March. All right. Let's see. We tried. Trump, he just is an egomaniac. He had to make it, Gulf of America. Let's see. Okay, here we go. This is what I want. A lot of folks around BIZPAC have seen me use this slide. McCandless was the PhD astronaut that designed the first untethered spaceflight suit, right? The first spacesuit that you could do a spacewalk untethered. And he gets up there and they tell him he can do about a 20-second, 30-second spacewalk, and don't go more than about 30, 40 feet from the space shuttle. What do you think he does? Quarter mile off, right? He designed it. He showed him how big a set of coconuts he had because he went a quarter mile away. And in orbit at 17,000 miles an hour, goosing a space shuttle over to him was kind of out of the question. You follow what I'm saying? You're in microgravity. And then he toted himself right back into the loading bay. Now, I use this all the time because when you are a business owner, when you are the CEO, when you are the executive, when you're where the buck stops, you're on your own and you know it. Right? At BIZPAC, we're together. You got some other friends that know how to be on their own. Now, here's one of my favorite things. Has anybody in the room heard this stuff that goes around, the young kids going around, oh, we never landed on the moon?
Sure.
If you've heard that, has anybody heard, oh, we never really landed on the moon? Right? Have you heard that? You heard that? When another nation puts an orbiter around the moon, and they're only 40 miles above the surface, taking pictures, and they take clear pictures of exactly where your crafts were. When you have a landing module, you leave the base whenever the thing launches, when they go back into orbit to come back. And they find them right where we said they were. And India at first says, oh, we found some objects on the moon. Right? And NASA says, yeah, we left them there. 69, 70, 71, 72. It's amazing. And I'm saying this to get this one last point across. America was great. The America I grew up in was incredible. It was incredible. People were landing on the deadgum moon. We had just, invented lighter than air flight 66 years before. And boom, we're landing on the moon. I grew up in Clear Lake. My father's company did a lot of NASA work. I got to be around these guys. I knew some of these astronauts. It was incredible. I knew them as a grown man when I worked at NASA. Then as they retired, I knew them as they came to speak at different events I had around the Technology Center, one of my daughter's graduations, things like that. It's truly incredible. I want America to have that quantum leap of innovation, those breakthroughs, and be that super incredible great again. That's what I want it to be. It's why we're working with these entrepreneurs. It's why we're working with these companies. It's why we work together as business owners and CEOs. Right? We want good business referrals. We want good quality people that we can count on. I want to know if somebody refers a CPA over to me, it's a firm I can count on. I'm not going to be worried in the audit that's going to come because they may audit me. I want good quality service providers. It's why we're at BIZPAC. It's why we started it. We want you to be part of it too. I knew Gene Cernan, the last man to walk on the moon. Watched my daughter win 7th place her freshman year in high school state swim competition, sitting beside him. We had had several things together. I think I had him in at the Petroleum Club. Jeff was a member over there. Did I have him over there? Yeah, incredible guy. Incredible guy. He would never shy away from a conversation if it was about space and physics. Yeah, incredible guy. All right, let's see. What do we got next? I think we've got a great speaker coming. Oh yeah, we've got some awards in the Capitol. BIZPAC's really great up there. Okay. No sense of humor about that? Okay, I'm about to introduce our speaker here. Oh, that's how the sausage is made. Right? Everybody knows this joke, right? Right? Doesn't that look like an intestine? This is how a bill becomes a law, right? What do you think comes out the other side of a colon? It's like that by the time it gets out. It's so messed up. 70-something steps before a bill becomes a law put into practice, you know. And then the DA doesn't have to uphold the law. Right? I mean, we're living in that time right now. Oh yeah, that's Lobbyist Day at the Capitol right there. Take a second. I'll give you a second. Okay. Lobbyist Day at the Capitol. Okay. Yeah. It's a rattlesnake roundup in the rotunda. Okay. I think. All right, here we are. Here we are. Our friend Russ, he came in. He's got a great presentation. He's done incredible research. He's got some firsthand experience, one of only 2, I think, in the nation, expert witness level, that their testimony on electronic voting vulnerabilities and fraud have actually probably put people in jail, and I'll let him clean all that up. But I'll start it out this way. Anyone in this room that knows me, and if you don't, I've done a great deal of work with NASA, Space and Defense, with Lockheed Martin on stuff that's flying around the planet right now. I know electronic data systems. I built almost 3 million square feet of data center space, built it up, leased it out, sold it, managed it for years. When it comes to technology, I've owned fiber optic networks. I mean, I've bought into a satellite company one time. I was that crazy, you know. But when it comes to technology, I know technology. I know how to keep things highly available. I know what the costs are to keep it highly available. When I make a statement like, there's no way you can ever have election integrity with an electronic voting system, it's because I know technology. I'll give you an example. How much does it cost for you to have a wireless network in your home? Not even, they just throw it in with the device, right? Do you know what it takes for you to have that in outer space with the layers of security and because of ion bombardment and people hacking it and the whole deal? $486 million. For practically the same network you have in your house. Okay? So when I say, if you want integrity in your elections, if it cost $486 million just to have integrity in a network in outer space that you would have in your house for almost free, multiply that times every electronic voting machine and every criminal perp trying to defraud it, you know. So when I say go back to paper ballots, I'm a technology guy telling you that. I'd like to introduce Russ Ramsland to you. Welcome him. Okay.